good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Never miss a live show. But in case you do, there is always another way. You can find me on YouTube. You can find all of our shows on YouTube. It's The Good Life. Download them. I know I used to say there was over 150 shows. Now there are only over 196 shows. 196. I was just lagging with keeping up with my numbers. There are over 190 some shows, so make sure you tune in. If you ever miss a show, you can catch it there on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. When there are new shows that come out, you will get the little notification. Or you can also find us on Spreaker, Spreaker.com. So we want to open your mind to living differently in the world, that you have those opportunities to be able to never, ever, ever miss the good life. Because this week we have been talking about gift giving. Gift giving. It is NOLA. It's Give NOLA Day. It is Give NOLA Day. So I'm actually pulling up the colorgallery.org, and I'm pressing the little button now. And if you want to see what goes on in studio, make sure you are following me on Facebook Live, The Good Life Radio Show, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at TGL Radio Show, or WBOK at WBOK 1230. The Color Gallery. If y'all have heard Ursula Rochon on the show, she's an amazing artist. She's doing so many things for the community. And actually, Dr. Brian Turner is the clinical psychologist for the Color Gallery. You've heard them both. They have been a part of the Good Life family for such a long time, and they are part of the colorgallery.org. So today is Give NOLA. So I would encourage you to go on the colorgallery.org and donate. Right at the top, it's the third button, donate. They specialize in, actually, I'll read their mission statement. The Color Gallery works to decrease community violence and school age-related crime by providing a creative means of expression. By using a clinical means of art therapy, we promote self-worth and awareness, increasing self-esteem. She has been involved in many of the high schools in the area, and to be able to continue their work and to change lives, we really need you to help donate, because that is the good life. So if you wouldn't mind, please go to thecolorgallery.org on Give NOLA Day and give to the Color Gallery, because that's the good life. Now, I want to jump back into the show that I kind of never started yet. But today is part 2 of Discover Your God-Given Gifts. Discover Your God-Given Gifts. But Bishop Lester Love will be here in a little while to start breaking down some of those gifts for us. But before he gets here, I wanted to kind of give a recap of last week, because if you're just tuning in today and you don't know what happened last week, I really feel like it's an injustice not to let you know what we're talking about today. Long story short, there's this book. It's called Discover Your God-Given Gifts, and it's written by Don and Katie Fortune, Fortune. It says it's a biblical handbook to help you discover why you think and act the way you do, how gifts affect your relationships, what career or ministry suits you best, and how to use your gifts, and how using your gifts will bring you joy. If you are not religious or a spiritual person, it really is, it can be for you too. It's not just a spiritual guide, but for those who are on a spiritual journey and are looking for something more, this book opens your mind to living differently in the world, because it definitely did that to me. It is like the epitome of the good life, because we go around each day, doing what we do, thinking we know what we know. But shout out to my sister Tara last night. She won an award from the Junior Achievement, and she said this last night. She said, "You don't know what you don't know." And when you don't know what you don't know, you just keep on kind of just moving along, and you're just kind of blind. Well, this book lifted the veil for me, a layer of it, and I know it can do it for you. So it is Discover Your God-Given Gifts. And this book breaks down that there are the gifts that we read about. There are 3 different types of gifts. Sometimes we always think of like the gifts of the Holy Spirit, wisdom, knowledge, healing, tongues, and things like that. Well, they break it down that there are different types of gifts, that there are motivational gifts, ministry gifts, and manifestation gifts. But we are going to discuss motivational gifts. I can't even get it out this morning. The book breaks down our motivational gifts, and they said that your motivational gifts, there are 7 of them. There are 7 of them, and it describes why you act the way that you do. So the first, I'll go through and give like a one-liner from each. And then it's crazy because once you see who you are in the gift and once you realize which one is you, you're like, oh, that's why I do the things that I do. And it's crazy because when Bishop Love was here, he's like, it literally is like your spiritual DNA. You can't really run from it and you can't get away from it because it is who you are. And you will recognize things that you do in the gift that you portray. And sometimes you didn't even know that you were displaying this gift, but it is who you are. So let me jump into the 7. They are perceiver, a server, teacher, exhorter, giver, administrator, and compassionate person. And I know our givers today will be very busy today on Give NOLA Day, but we went through I'll give them all to you really quickly. Perceiver is one who clearly perceives the will of God. We have purposely chosen this word rather than the word prophet to avoid confusion, since the same root word is also in the 2 other categories of gifts. Also in today's culture, the word prophet has rather ominous and connotation. So they're kind of breaking down exactly what they mean by each of these gifts, the 2 authors. Second is server, is one who loves to serve others. Another appropriate word is doer. Third is teacher, one who loves to research and communicate truth. They said they almost selected the word researcher since the motivation is so strong to search for, identity, search for things, search for truth. Exhorter, one who loves to encourage others to live a victorious life. These are extremely positive people who can equally well be called encouragers. Giver, one who loves to give time, talent, energy, and means to benefit others and advance the Lord's work. Another word could be contributor. And the next one is administrator, one who loves to organize, lead, or direct. Y'all know y'all have seen these people. They just can't get enough of organization. Their houses are organized, their pantries are organized, their closets are organized. You're like, why do I do these things? Because you're an administrator. It's part of your gifts. Whether you acknowledge it or not, just like gravity. If you want to say there is no gravity, but you're still walking on the ground and you're not floating around, it is what it is. Other words that are connected to administrator could be called facilitators and or leaders. And last but not least, the compassionate person. One who shows compassion, love, and caring to those in need. They say compassion instead of mercy, since this word is more comprehensive in today's times. So that's just, each one of the gifts really, really quickly. And we're going to break them down. But what I wanted to explain is that there is no right and wrong. And this book actually brings you through a process of understanding what it means and what these gifts are, but also brings you a process of kind of like a test taking. And here's the best part. We take tests all day long. We take them as children. We take them at work. We take, all kind of stuff that we have to take. Here's a test you can't mess up because it's exactly who you are. It's not about judging you. It's not about ranking you. If you have a low number, that doesn't say anything bad about you. If you have a high number, it's not saying anything necessarily good about you. It is just explaining who you are. So there is no right or wrong. There is no pointing fingers or, oh, you're this or you're that. The best part about this book is learning that it takes all of us to move forward. It takes all of us to move forward. We need the perceiver. We need the server. We need the administrator. We need all of these people, the teacher, the exhorter, the giver, the administrator, the compassionate person. We need all of these people to make up the good life, in my opinion. You can have just like I say all the time, let's put it in a business aspect. You can have the best business in the world. You can be the best administrator because that's your business. You're functioning in it every day. You are on point. Everything comes out timely. You are, breaking barriers. You have all this stuff. Your production is great. But if you don't have an exhorter working for you, if you don't have anybody telling people about it, if you're not marketing it, nobody knows. You're not selling anything. So that's why you need each person. You need the servers. You need the people in the business who are working, who are making sure that everything is done properly. You need the compassionate people. You need the people in our human resources department to make sure that everyone is, taking care of that work and they're feeling appreciated so that they are delivering more. So you can kind of see how these gifts are displayed in our everyday life and how it really does take a completion of these gifts to move the entirety forward. And that is the good life, moving the entirety forward. So I'm going to break down a little bit of the gifts as how they are perceived in the body, because the perceiver is the eye of the body. It has become evident that perceivers of all the members of the body are the most gifted with spiritual sight. They say things that the rest of us often completely miss. You know, you've ever been with somebody and they see stuff that you don't see, or they watched a movie and they saw all these little things and you had to watch the movie twice to like pick up on it. Well, that's probably someone who is a perceiver. And here's the deal with the gifts. You can have more than one gifts, and actually we all do. We actually have a little bit of all of them. It's just which one is a little bit more prominent in your personality and your DNA, which makes you who you are. And understanding, you know, who you are and what your gift is and how you can deliver it, it brings you to a level, for me, it was like, it was kind of like an exhale moment. I was like, that's why I do what I do. Or, you know, sometimes you're like, you didn't understand why something came so naturally. And then you figure out, or you read the book and you're like, that's why. It's one of those things that is just mind opening. So it goes on to say that, the server are the hands of the body. They say they open their hands to the poor. They reach out their filled hands to the needy. All of the gifted, they notice, are that servers are literally the most capable with their hands. They have great dexterity. They seem to be able to fix or build just about anything. Everybody knows somebody who's been great with their hands. You know, people who can just fix stuff, who just has a knack for fixing things. You know, it might be a lot of your construction, plumbers, engineers, I don't know, but, you know, artists, you know, people that are really good with their hands. Third would be teacher, the mind of the body. The teacher is the mind of the body. Teachers are exceptionally gifted with intelligence. At first, this may not seem fair to the rest of us, but remember that being the mind of the body is where that this person needs to be gifted. So they're always asking questions. You know somebody who's always asking questions? Or are you that person? Are you always asking questions? You want to know the basis for everything, and you will search until the facts convince you that something is true? You probably are a teacher, or is one of your higher gifts. You know, these people are commanded basically to like kind of check things out. It's like in their DNA. That person who's always like fact checking, it's in their DNA. They literally can't help it. You really can't help it. It's part of who you are. Fourth is the exhorter, is the mouth of the body. They speak. They are speaking to people. Exhorters talk a lot. Just a little throw it out there. It was high on my list. Imagine that. Exhorters talk a lot. They're jokingly said that they have the best oiled jaws of all the gifts. But seriously, you know, exhorters have been endowed with great faculty of speech. You know, people who are motivational speakers, people who speak at conventions, people who radio, television, you know, any of those industries where people are speaking and be able to deliver something to somebody, they generally rank very high in the gift of being an exhorter. The fifth is the giver, the arms of the body. Remember, we had to have each part of the body? Well, the giver are the arms of the body. Givers have great strength spiritually, extending the reach of every behavior and endeavor. If you remember, givers are strong support to those who are in need and are the front lines. You know, they're always a person who, when they see a need, they're quick to give of time, of you know, fixing things, whatever it may be. They are the arms of the body. 6 is the administrator, the shoulders of the body. The shoulders, and you think the administrator is the shoulders? Yes, they hold a lot of the weight, a lot of the organizational, your executive assistants, a lot of your leaders, a lot of your CEOs are administrators of companies. They often say that someone in leadership is shouldering responsibility. That's why the administrator is the shoulder of the body. Administrators are carry the load of leadership. They also say that wise administrators know how to bring people together and to bear their burdens. So I'm going to get to the last one before we go into break, and this is the compassionate person. And of course, what part of the body is that? That is the heart of the body. The heart of the body is the compassionate person. People gifted with compassion are ruled by the heart rather than the head, and they feel deeply loving wholeheartedly and caring extensively. They reveal the loving nature by showing kindness, concern, and mercy to others. A lot of people who run your nonprofits are probably very high in this of compassion. They give of themselves, because of the caring that they have for others. So this was a quick breakdown of the book. We're going to get a little bit more in depth, but I wanted to make sure that I got all of them off and you were able to get a hint of what the book is today. And the book is Discover Your God-Given Gifts, Why You Think and Act the Way You Do, How Gifts Affect Your Relationships, what career suits you best, how to use your gifts, how using your gifts will bring you joy. It is a book that has opened my mind. It has changed my life, and I know it'll do the same for you. We'll be right back, y'all. It's Relationship Tuesday.
It's simple. If we don't take care of our children, who will? The Drides YMCA helps children and families to quantitatively improve their quality of life. But Drides needs your help. Give NOLA Day is May 2nd, and we're asking that you please go to GiveNOLA.org and make a donation. No donation is too large or too small, but every donation makes a real difference in the lives of the children and families that we serve. Please, GiveNOLA.org and make a donation to the Drides YMCA.
Isagenix is one of the fastest growing companies in the world because their products work. Their solutions and culture has redefined the health and wellness industry. Science backs their products and statistics back their success. But it's the people who make them successful. And I, Eileen Carter, have joined the Isagenix revolution. I've used the products and followed their system, and I swear by them. I'm on my journey of transformation and invite you to join me and try Isagenix today. Challenge yourself and change your life. Find information and testimonials at thegoodliferadioshow.isagenix.com. 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 Order yours today. Small businesses play an important role in society, and L&R Security is no different. L&R Security delivers safety and comfort to our neighborhoods, events, apartment communities, conventions, work sites, festivals, and your business. L&R Security can be reached at 504-943-3191 to ensure the safety of your employees, customers, family, friends, and you. L&R Security has made its mark in the security arena for over 37 years and will faithfully continue that tradition. Call today for your personalized consultation to ensure your security needs are met. L&R Security differentiates itself by creating partnerships with our clients and guards. We are now hiring armed and unarmed guard professionals, retired military, sheriffs, and PD to grow with us and impact our community. Be a part of the change with L&R Security. Call us now at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191.
Spring is here, and so are pesky household invaders. Troublesome, crawling pests we don't like to see or share our good times in living space with. Rodent Guard Pest Control at 504-952-7378 can give you comfort, protection, and peace of mind, tailoring a program of integrated pest management to your needs. Don't tolerate those six-legged, uninvited visitors. Call us at 504-952-7378 for a complete pest elimination program for your home, place of business, school, or house of worship. For WBOK listeners, we offer a special discount opportunity if you mention promo code 952PEST.
The House of Blues proudly presents Urban Mayfield's Fest After Party with special appearances by American Idol's Haley Reinhart, local legend Kermit Ruffins, New Orleans street funk band Flow Tribe, and many more. It all happens Sunday, May 7th at the world-famous House of Blues located at 225 Decatur Street. Tickets are available online at HOB.com and at Ticketmaster. Dine in and get priority access to the show. It's Urban Mayfield's Fest After Party at the House of Blues.
Last year, we all know what happened when Stevie Wonder hit the stage.
What do you see this year? It all happens Sunday, May 7th at 225 Decatur Street. It's Urban Mayfield's Best After Party.
WBOK, real talk for real times. Good night.
morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in for the live show. If you ever do miss it, you can subscribe to YouTube. And actually, while I was on, I had a new subscriber, so thank you so much for subscribing. I'll give you a shout out. Come on, subscribe. Go to your YouTube. I know it's on there. YouTube is like the second largest search engine in the world. Hook your girl up. Subscribe to The Good Life Radio Show, Eileen Carter. The Good Life Radio Show, Eileen Carter. I need subscribers. I need you to help me out. It is Give NOLA Day. I'm just asking you to give me a subscribe, or better yet, give me a share. I talked about this yesterday on the show. You know, we're so stingy with our sharing. You know, we have friends and family who have businesses on Facebook or on our social media. It costs us nothing to hit the share button. Share the information, and you know, they can reach so many more people. It's a free service, y'all. Hit the button, share, open your mind, help somebody out. So we are having a conversation, or the second part of discovering your God-given gifts. And Bishop Love will be here in a little while, but I did want to kind of give you a recap of what we discussed last week. So if you're listening to today's show, you wouldn't exactly be lost. And I had a couple people call in asking about what the name of the book is. The name of the book literally is Discover Your God-Given Gifts. Discover Your God-Given Gifts. It's by Don and Katie Fortune. And guess where you can get the book? LesterLove.com. LesterLove.com. It's Give NOLA Day, you know, free shout outs. He's been such a wonderful part of the WBOK family. If you did not know, he has a new show on Sundays from 12 to 3 p.m. 12 to 3 p.m. So Lester Love, Bishop Lester Love, is right here on WBOK on Sundays from 12 to 3 p.m. So make sure you support him as well and check him out. And if you want to order this book, you can go right online with him. That is LesterLove.com, LesterLove.com. It is called Discover Your God-Given Gifts. And if you are watching on Facebook Live, I'm showing you what the cover looks like right now. There you go. And on the front, it says, why you think and act the way you do, how gifts affects your relationships, what career or ministry suits you best, and how using your gifts will bring you joy. And I'm being very honest. This book has brought me a lot of joy. After I finished the test, I'm be honest, you know how I'm going to tell you how I found the book. Bishop Love was here, and we were in the office with Susan, and I asked him, I love books, so I was like, you know, is there any book that you've read that you think, you know, would be mind-opening for me? I like new books. So he said, check out this book. And I got the book, like, I ordered it the next day, and I got it maybe like 2 days later. And I didn't initially read it. Why? I don't know. Probably the devil. But anyway, I didn't initially read it. And it was just like sticking to me. I carried it around in my purse, but I didn't read the book. And one day I was just like, I'm going to do this. So I started reading the book, and then I was like, why did it? What took me so long to read this book? I literally, y'all remember that Tom Cruise moment where he jumped on Oprah's sofa? I had that moment in my house. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like life altering. I understand myself better. I understand why I do what I do, and like, I literally had that moment. And I do not really endorse a lot of things, but this is something I know that works, and so I want to offer it to each and every one of you. So, knowing your gift and using it, everybody wants that, right? I want to know where my gift. I want to know I'm using it. But here's the deal: there are things in your life that can hinder your process. There are things in your life that can hinder your process. Look who's walking in the building, or maybe why you haven't known about this. Some of us are like stuck in a rut, and you're like, why am I not moving forward? What is the deal? Well, guess what? Number one, it's simple. You don't know what you don't know. You were never taught about it. And so that's what the good life is. We're opening your mind to living differently in the world. And that's why I'm having this conversation. Because the main reason why you don't know your motivational gift is because you were never taught about it. 2 was that you've never received, or some of these I don't like to say. You're laughing. Say it. Okay, I'm glad you're here now, because then you can right. Okay, so first was that you were never taught about it. That's kind of easy, because that's what we're doing here. We're opening minds.
Sure.
So 2 was you've never received Jesus Christ as your personal Savior and Lord. So that's number 2. 3 was
let's expand on that.
Okay,
let's expand on that, because
you walked in at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine that.
This is a little bit bigger than Christianity. While you and I believe that Christianity is the base of what we believe in, this is really about becoming more aware of who you are. Let's look at the word Jesus in the 21st century vernacular. Every time you saw Jesus, he was passing by. He was passing by, which equates today that Jesus is, let's call him opportunity, because opportunity is always passing by.
I like that.
You follow me? So we would look at Jesus from this perspective as being opportunity, because if we don't move at the right time, then we miss our opportunity. So it's Christian because that's our foundation, but these gifts appear in Buddhists. They appear in Muslims.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
see, that's right.
Yeah.
So right on time.
It's good because we understand our foundation, our way in, as it were. But then the other people, we can expand our thinking to the degree that Jesus is opportunity. So we've not been made aware of opportunity. We've not accepted the opportunity to learn or to know.
That's why I keep you around. Number 3 is you're not being spiritually fed.
Right.
You may be, which goes into exactly what you said.
Right. Yeah.
You know that you there may be a hindrance there or a block because you're not being spiritually fed.
One writer said this. He said, "We are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." That's the A clause we always talk about. But the other side of it is because we reject knowledge. Because whenever someone introduces new truth to you, the first thing we do is reject it.
This is a whole conversation.
I can't do it. You need to take a nap 15 minutes a day. I can't, I'm too busy. That's the first step to change.
And who wants to say that what they've believed for their entire life may not be correct?
Right.
Like cognitive
complete.
dissonance. Complete. That is it is very difficult. And I've been in that situation where I'm like, you mean what I've been taught all these years isn't right? Or isn't complete?
It takes a
while. Or there's more to that.
Yeah.
And when you realize there's more of that, it's kind of like a veil being lifted. And once it's lifted, like you can't go back, you can't unknow what you know. And I'm like, wow.
Because the greatest problem in life, many people would think, is what you don't know. But the greatest problem in life is not what you don't know, it's what you already know.
Right, because if I don't know, then I can be ignorant and I can continue to eat all of that fat and all of that that meat. And all of the sugar and the salt and
once you get exposed,
the genetically modified foods, and I can eat all that because it tastes good.
Once you get exposed to eating at a different level,
Are you trying to say something?
Once you get exposed to eating at a different level, you can't eat from anybody's table anymore. It's not that their food is bad.
Ooh.
My palate is different. It's not that what you're serving is bad. I just don't eat that anymore. It's not for me. It's not a good or bad. I just can't go to that church anymore.
And it's funny because that example, I know where you are, but for all of our listeners, applies to so many different areas of our lives. Because I know y'all are listening, but he wasn't really talking about food. He wasn't really talking about food.
I was.
Okay.
I wasn't talking about natural food.
There you go. But you can apply that to so many different areas of your life.
I'm a chef. Somebody asked me what I did the other day. I told them I'm a performance enhancer.
True. That's a true statement. I would agree with that. The fourth one, things that can create obstacles to you or hindrance to you embracing your gifts, or having a confusing teaching on the motivational gifts. And I find that, the enemy works this way. They give you something where, we're all searching for something. There's so many of us, not so many of us, me included, I've been in situations where I've been searching for something. I'm like, I want to know, I want knowledge. So you go to all these places and you try to figure everything out. But they're going to try to give you the okie doke so you don't go on the right path, or you don't go to the path of completion. And you're like, me, but this is newer for me, and I'm just like, I'm getting the okie doke. But
No,
I want people to not get the okie doke.
No, it's not the okie doke. It's incomplete.
It's learning.
We go from faith to faith and from glory to glory. We go from vessel to vessel. When they were in the Bible, they drank a lot of wine because the water was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the reason they didn't drink a lot of wine just to drink, they couldn't drink. They drank the wine because the water was so bad. The water had to be filtered through grapes in order to be purified. And they would drink a lot of wine. So what they did was they had to clean the wine. Okay, and they would take the wine and have the regular wine, and the dregs, the old trash part of the wine, would fall to the bottom. And then they would take the wine and get another vessel, put a strainer on top, and pour the wine through the strainer, okay, to remove all of the dregs and all of the trash. Now, if the wine had feelings, it would hurt the wine because the wine was being strained of all the stuff that hindered it from being as delicious and delightful to the palate as it could be. So you go from vessel. The first wine is not bad. It's just you go from vessel to vessel. They pour it from this vessel to this vessel to this vessel until you ultimately get wine that you desire. So the straining process is difficult.
Wow.
To get this stuff out for a different palate.
Which is what we're all doing.
Yeah, every day.
Every day. So these are, and then I'm going to go through these really quickly so we can bounce back into the gifts. But the obstacles that block the actual flow of your gifts may be, and I'll read them all and let you touch on them. Mm-hmm. You may have bondages that hinder the flow of your gifts. Mm-hmm. Anger can block the flow of your gift. Trying to be someone other than yourself prevents the natural expression of your gift.
Let me get to this. This is so easy. There's a pattern that you see here. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 talks about love. Everything that love is. Okay. Ultimately, John said that God is love. Everything that God is love, and everything love is God. And so the thing that blocks this, it says, not trying to be something that you're not. Well, that's the definition of love. Love isn't boastful. Love is not angered. Love is not easily angered. You get angry. Anger is a good emotion. It's not easily angered. So the ultimate, it says that the thing that block this is when you have less love or God in your heart, because love is receptive. Love is receptive. Love is a receiver and a giver at the same time, and it always gives more than it receives. So the ultimate thing is many people can't receive this because they don't have a lot of love in their heart. They have more no than they do yes. Yes, love is just always yes. Yes, no problem. Yes, I love you. Yes. Yes.
You make it sound so easy.
It is.
We make it difficult.
We haven't been taught, and then when we get the teaching, like, that ain't true. It is.
That's not true. Yes, it is. Well, last week we went through the perceiver and the server. So if you are one of those, I suggest, and I already directed them to LesterLove.com, correct? Yeah. That they can purchase the book. And again, the name of the book for you all tuning in is to discover your God-given gifts. So we're going to jump back into some of these gifts so we can go through them today. And I'm not going to read all of the characteristics. I think I'll read maybe or maybe, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. So I can get through all of them.
Yes.
But I don't know how this is going to work with you because you like to explain. I'm going to read all 20 of the characteristics, and then you're going to speak on it. Because I don't want to, I want to not give somebody something.
Go.
Are you going to make me take a break? No, I don't want one. Can I not have a break? The listeners don't want one. Listeners, y'all don't want a break, do you? Nope. See, they're saying on Facebook Live. They don't want a break. Thanks, Lee. Characteristics of the teacher. Presents truth in a logical, systematic way.
Because it's the brain of the body.
Validates truth by checking out the facts.
Very facts orientated.
Loves to study and do research.
A nerd.
Enjoys word studies.
Will go to an etymology to make an argument.
Prefers to use biblical illustrations rather than life illustrations.
Because it's easier to confirm.
Gets upset when scripture is used out of context.
Would hate to go to a church and the preacher says, turn to Psalm 23. And then immediately they go, and the Lord said, no. Doc, hit me with, and the Lord, hit me with that after you teach me something. I want to go there. Touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, I want that, but teach me something first.
Feels concerned that truth be established in every situation.
I know somebody like that.
Really?
Your general manager. She has the gift of teaching.
Yes.
Her number one gift is the gift of teaching.
Yes.
And it describes her totally.
That is so funny. To a T, we actually went over that the other day.
Yeah.
She wants to take the test now that I told her. Is more objective than subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Easily develops and uses a large vocabulary.
Loves words.
Emphasizes facts and the accuracy of words.
Mm-hmm.
Checks out the source of knowledge of others who teach.
Mm-hmm.
Prefers teaching believers over engaging in evangelism.
Yeah, because evangelism is more feel than teaching. Feel something, yes.
Speaking of feels Bible study is foundational to the operational of all the gifts.
Would probably rather Bible study than Sunday morning or Saturday. Saturday is your service. Saturday morning is your service. More for you. Sunday hits the middle. Wednesday is teaching. Saturday is experience. Sunday is the middle. Sunday's both.
I see you on Saturday. Solves problems by starting with scriptural principles. Is intellectually sharp, is self-disciplined, is emotionally self-controlled, has only one circle of friends, has only a select circle of friends, I should say, has strong convictions and opinions based on investigation of facts, and last but not least, believes truth itself has the power to produce change.
And truth does have the power to produce change, but it's not the only thing. They think it's the only thing you need is truth. But some of
Truth shall set you free.
Exactly. Some of it has to be managed by expression and feeling also.
So if that is you, Lee, I love you, no break. Thanks. If that is you, teaching is probably one of your higher gifts, but again, you probably have a little bit of everything, right?
It's a thinker. You don't have to have a little bit of everything. You have one that is dominant.
Gotcha.
You may be 98% one and 2% something else.
Gotcha.
You have one gift that is dominant that really defines who you are. Gotcha. The exhorter. The mouth of the body. Loves to talk. Can communicate in several different ways. Can be on the phone, sending a text, watching television, tweeting, all at the same time and keep everybody involved in the conversation. It's the encourager. They love encouraging people. A good hairstylist is a good exhorter. You sit there and tell all your business and just talk.
True.
Yeah.
So their 20 characteristics are: loves to encourage others to live up to their full potential, wants a visible response when teaching or speaking.
Touch your neighbor.
Say
something to me. Talk to me, somebody. Yeah.
Prefers to apply truth rather than research it. Prefers the kind of information that has practical application. Speaking of it, loves to prescribe precise steps of action to aid
do number
personal
one,
grace.
number two, number three, number four. Do it like this. 1, 2. That's my top gift. 1, 2. Do this. Boom, 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 boom.
You mean like I'm suggesting they do this book?
All right. Boom, boom. Do this, and everything's gonna be fine.
Y'all, I'm laughing, but there's nothing like realizing why you do what you do, and y'all are like watching me realize it on air.
So you have a great combination between the perceiver and the exhorter. You're the eyes and the mouth. That's why you're on this radio station.
So funny. Focuses on working with people, encourages others to develop in their personal ministries, finds truth in experience, and then validates it with Scripture.
Yeah, see, the teacher goes to the Scripture first and then look for experience. But you go for the experience first and got to find a word on that.
Nothing like being read on the radio, y'all. Nothing like being read on the radio. 9 is loves to do personal counseling. This is so funny. I do it all the time.
To do it and to receive it.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I got to talk to you, Bishop.
Hilarious.
No problem. I got you. I understand.
Will discontinue personal counseling if no effort to change is seen. We'll talk about that later. Is fluent in communication. Views trials as opportunities to produce personal growth.
Probably the most positive of all the groups. Probably the most positive. That's why you're so torn, because on the exhorter is the most positive, optimistic one side, but the prophet has a tendency to be somewhat pessimistic. That's why you're so torn. That's why you feel so ripped apart sometimes, because you're on opposite ends of the spiritual spectrum.
Truth. Accepts people as they are without judging them.
Yeah.
Talk about tolerance all day long, right? I like try to check myself. Is well liked because of his or her positive attitude. Prefers to witness with his or her life rather than verbal witnessing. Makes decisions easily. Always completes what is started. Wants to clear up conflicts with others quickly. That's why I called and I apologize.
See?
Expects a lot of self and others and needs a sounding board for bouncing off ideas and thoughts. And these are the 20 characteristics of
her number one gift is the gift of mercy.
Is it?
Absolutely.
We're talking about someone who's on the opposite side of the glass.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting. So that was the exhorter. I'm gonna jump into the giver so I can get through all of them today. The characteristics of the giver. Hopefully this is you, or you're on this scale. Not hopefully, because everybody has a piece. So there is no right or wrong. Number 1 for the giver is gives freely. And speaking of Give Nola Day, I would like everyone to go on to, can they go on LesterLove.com and give as well?
No, we didn't set up through a website, but GiveNola.com. We have 3 different areas you can give in.
They can donate there too, can't they?
Yeah, they can.
Oh, well, then go to LesterLove.com and donate. When you get your book, donate too.
That's
Come on
right.
out.
There you go.
One website. We send them to one website, LesterLove.com. That's it.
Get everything.
Because he's giving of his time, and I appreciate it.
Oh,
so I want to make sure that I give your message out as well. Gives freely of money, possessions, time, energy, and love. Obviously, you have to be a giver, right? I know you are. Loves to give
but it's not my number one
knowing.
gift. I had to learn how to give.
Really?
Yeah, I had to learn how. Yeah.
Loves to give without others knowing about it. Wants to feel a part of the ministries to which he or she contributes. Intercedes for needs and the salvation of souls. Feels delighted when his or her gift is an answer to a specific prayer. Wants gifts to be of high quality or craftsmanship. Gives only by the leading of the Holy Spirit. Gives to support and bless others to advance their ministry. Views hospitality as an opportunity to give. Handle finances with wisdom and frugality. Quickly volunteers to help where need is seen. Seeks confirmation on the amount to give. Has strong belief in tithing and giving in addition to tithing. Focuses on sharing the gospel. Believes God is the source of his or her supply. Is very industrious with a tendency toward success. Has natural and effective business ability. Likes to get the best value for the money spent. Is definitely not gullible. And last but not least, possesses both natural and God-given wisdom. These are...
let me give an example for somebody.
Please.
All right? Let's say they're in the grocery store. Okay, and paper towels are on sale, and they don't need paper towels, but they'll buy all the paper towels for people that they think they need it for. They buy for everybody else. They don't mind. They will give their house note away if they thought somebody else needed it more. The gift. Very few people have this gift. This is a very rare gift.
Wow.
But these people are very often probably some of your most financially successful people.
Wow.
Warren Buffett. He gave away 99% of all his money. Because God knew he can trust him with it.
Wow.
$73.8 billion. He's given 99% away to the Gates Foundation.
Wow.
He gave the largest one-time $31 billion gift. He has a gift of giving. That's why God knew he can trust him with the money.
Wow. And I love that you're being able to give us examples that we can, relate to and touch. That's the good life. I'm going to jump into our next motivational gift, and that is the characteristics of the administrator.
The shoulder of the body.
The shoulder, because you carry all the weight.
The manager.
Is highly motivated to organize that for which he or she is responsible.
Hate to go to their house and drink something because they're going to clean it up before you finish with your tea. I got to no. Can organize other people better than they can organize themselves.
Ooh. Expresses ideas and organization in ways that communicates clearly, respects and handles authority well, will not assume leadership unless it's delegated by those in authority, will assume leadership where no specific leadership exists, especially enjoys working on long-range goals and projects, is a visionary...
Big picture.
See? You know what? Your prophetic is working. Is a visionary with a broad perspective. That was the next one. Y'all, he don't even have the book in front of him. He just says the next thing. Easily facilitates resources and people to accomplish tasks or goals.
Great team builder.
Enjoys...
But can work, but primarily likes to work by themselves.
Enjoys delegating tasks, and supervising people. You do what you do, I'm going to go do this. Will endure criticism in order to accomplish the ultimate task. Has great zeal and enthusiasm for whatever he or she is involved in. Finds greatest fulfillment and joy in working to accomplish goals. Is willing to let others get the credit in order to get a job done. Prefers to move on to a new challenge when something is completed.
Right. Gets bored easily.
Constantly writes notes to themselves. I know someone just like this who we will talk about this morning. It's a natural and capable leader. Knows when old methods are working and when to introduce new ones.
Right.
Enjoys working with and being around people. Wants to see things completed as quickly and effectively as possible. Does not enjoy doing repetitive or routine tasks. And those are the characteristics of an administrator.
That's my second gift.
Is it? So when you read this book, were you like...
It helped me to understand me, but also it helped me to understand other people so I know how to deal with people better.
And that was, I think, one of the best things for me. We're going to get through the compassionate person, which is the last one, and then we'll have a little time because I was trying to get through them. And maybe we can like jump through the perceiver and the server again for anyone who's missed last week.
Listen to this. All the compassionate people. It's the heart of the body. Heart.
The heart.
Okay.
Has tremendous capacity to show love. Always looks for good in people, senses the spiritual and emotional condition of a group or individual, is attracted to people who are hurting or in distress, takes action to remove hurts and relieve distress in others.
It too. He has some of it too.
I'm getting chills.
He has some
is
of it
more
too.
concerned for mental and emotional distress than physical distress, is motivated to help people have right relationships with another, loves opportunities, gives preference or place to others, is careful with words and actions to avoid hurting others.
My daughter Angel. So
easily detects insincerity or wrong motives. Is drawn to others with the gift of
compassion. But won't say anything. Y'all have a tendency to say something. Prophets.
I know. I can't.
But the person with gift of mercy
like,
probably like,
I'll be like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. No, let me stop. Loves to do thoughtful things for others. Is trusting and tries to be trustworthy. Avoids conflicts and confrontations. Doesn't like to be rushed in a job or activity. Is typically cheerful and joyful. Is ruled by the heart rather than the head. Rejoices to see others blessed and grieves to see others hurt. Is a crusader for good causes and intercedes for the hurts and problems of others.
Here's another.
Those are the characteristics.
Here's another one. Here's one
of
more.
A compassionate person.
The compassionate person. They don't know when to get out of bad relationships.
Ooh, true story.
They'll change, but they don't know how to get out. But let me tell you something. Once they're done, they're done. They're finished. We don't have to be mad at each other. We ain't got to curse each other out. We just done. That it takes y'all a long time to get there. But once you're finished, you're completely finished, and we never have to look back again. Let's just kiss and say goodbye. Let's not kiss and just say goodbye.
So since we have a little bit of time, I want to go through these quickly so I can let you kind of wrap it all up. But for anyone who missed last week, we did perceiver and server.
The eye of the body.
So I'm going to hit up those really quickly so we can kind of fit them all in today. I didn't think we would do, but look how God works. The perceiver quickly and accurately identifies good and evil and hates evil.
Life is black and white for you.
Black and white. Sees everything as...
Like him.
I'm not kidding. You're like prophetic. You're reading the next one and you're not even...
He
does not have the book in front of him.
Like him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Chuck, oh my gosh, yes.
Chuck is a perceiver.
Yes.
He's a seer. He's a prophet. He's literally... Let me say something. They take him wrong many times. He's John the Baptist. He's crying loud and sparing not. He's always out there trying to, it's the finger of the hand, get it together, get it right. That's him. All day, every day.
Look, he's laughing on the other side because he's like, that is me. So, Chuck, listen to these. If these might be hitting you might want to get the book. Sees everything as either black or white, no gray or indefinite areas. That was number 2.
He hates that.
He's laughing
because he's
like, so true. Easily perceives the character of individuals and groups.
And guess what, though? But the problem is that y'all show it on your face.
I know.
The exhorter can hide it. Y'all be like, you know what, dude? Bro, don't even speak to me. You know what I'm saying? We good. What's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you, but I don't like your negative energy, so get away from me.
How you know I say that? I say I am allergic to negative people. Encourages repentance and produces a change of heart. I said that last night. I was like, you know what? Just repent for everything you've done knowingly and unknowingly and ask for the...
Right.
Okay. Believes accepting difficulties can produce positive personal growth. Has only a few or no close friendships. True story. Views the Bible.
See what he's doing right now? He lives in that. He can do that all day right there.
We're watching Chuck Perkins on the other side of the glass, so that's who he's
he can
talking
do that.
about
He can
now.
do that
He's
all day, just be in that
computer,
just working all by himself and coming out with some information to get people straight.
Look, y'all, he's giving a thumbs up. He is cracking up laughing.
Yeah.
You ever had somebody read you on the radio, Chuck? Today's your day. Views the Bible as the basis for truth, belief, action, and authority.
Or whatever they think the truth and authority is. We say Bible, it may be the Quran, whatever they believe.
And I'm glad that you said that because this is, this isn't, putting everybody in a box. It's whatever it is for you.
Yeah.
Right. Boldly operates on spiritual principles. And they did not say religious. They said spiritual.
Big difference.
Right. Is frank, outspoken, and doesn't mince words. Frank. Look at Chuck. Is a very persuasive speaker.
Oh, he can talk, can he? You too can just talk. Guess what? And guess who preached Sunday? Was he Believable Sunday?
Oh, my gosh. I went to the City of Love on Sunday. And I watched Pastor Fran, and she touched my heart. I mean, every time I see her, but it was absolutely amazing. And her delivery is just, it like pierces your soul. So it was absolutely
She's so
amazing.
Believable. She's more believable than I am.
I was about to say that, but I won't put you on front sheet on air.
I know that's the truth. But she's me, so.
Grieves deeply over the sins of others. Is eager to see his or her own blind spots and help others see theirs too.
Tell me where I'm wrong.
Desires above all else to see God's plan worked out in all situations.
Let's call God good. Let's call God good.
Call the good
So
situation.
rephrase that and use the word
Desires
good.
above all else to see good worked out in all situations. Strongly promotes spiritual growth of groups and individuals. Is called to intercession. Feels the need to verbalize or dramatize what he or she sees. Tends to be introspective. Has strong opinions and convictions. Has strict personal standards. Desires to be obedient at all cost.
Mm-hmm. The eye of the body, the seer.
The eye of the body, the
seer.
seer. And last but not least, I'm going to go through these because I can't leave the servers out. Last one, y'all. And I'm going to go through them real quick. We have 3 minutes.
Arms of the body.
Easily recognizes practical needs and is quick to meet them.
Helps people.
Especially enjoys manual projects, jobs, and functions.
Would rather work outside.
Keeps everything in meticulous order. Is a detailed person with a good memory. Enjoys showing hospitality. Will stay with something until it is complete. Has a hard time saying no to requests for help. Ooh, y'all know those people who can't say no. Is more interested in meeting the needs of others than his or her own needs. Enjoys working on short-term goals rather than long-range goals.
Let's go. That's why they work well with the administrator. The administrator is long-term. This is short-term.
Shows love for others in deeds and actions more in words. Needs to feel appreciated.
Number one thing.
There's a lot of guys that are
I'm one.
Tends to do more than asked to do. Feels greatest joy in doing something that is helpful. Does not want to lead others or projects. Has a high energy level. Cannot stand to be around clutter. Tends to be a perfectionist. Views serving to be the top priority in life. Prefers doing a job to delegating it and supports others who are in leadership. This book is Discover Your God-Given Gifts. The last one I just went over was the characteristics of the server. This book you can find on LesterLove.com. LesterLove.com is by Don and Katie Fortune. It is a handbook to help you discover why you think and act the way you do, how your gifts affect your relationships, what career suits you best, how using your gifts will bring you joy. Bishop Love.
Yes.
Break it down. We got 2 minutes. See?
Discover your God-given gifts. It's your spiritual DNA. It's why you were created. It's why you do what you do, why you act the way you act. Where should you work? Where should you work in ministry? And it helps to define you. And the most important thing in life that you need to find out is who you are. That's the number. Once you find out who you are, because who you are is the God in you. That's who you are. That's how you connect with the world. Once you find out that, then nothing in the world can stop you from manifesting all that you were designed to manifest before you even formed in your mother's womb. You
know what else this book has done for me? It's helped me figure out who my child is.
Yeah.
And I think that is monumental when you understand who you are and then understand the people who are around you so you can manage those relationships. Because you can't control anybody else, but you can manage relationships. And when we're raising our children, understand why they do the things that they do.
Right.
And they're not wrong. Their spiritual DNA is just different than ours.
Exactly. And it helps you to understand you and your child.
Yes.
So don't beat your child for who you used to be before you got mature.
Ooh, say that about that.
Don't beat your child for who you used to be before you grew up.
Wow.
Because that was you. And it's multiplied in our children.
Wow.
So whatever you are, at least half of that is in your child.
Oh, I see it.
Good and the things that need some work.
Right. I like that you said that. Good and the things that need some work.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop saying that other word, that 3-level word. I just need some work.
I need a lot of work. I need lots.
Well, I'm a perceiver. I always find something.
Right.
Well, you have opened my mind to living differently in the world with this book. It is Discover Your God-Given Gifts. It has literally changed my life, and I like to offer things when I found something that has brought me joy, and this book has brought me joy. This week is Gift Giving Week. It is Give NOLA today.
Yeah.
I have 2 organizations, actually 3 I'm asking you to open your mind to. We've been discussing the Drives YMCA. They've been a part of my family for years and of so many in Central City. We would like to make sure that we continue to give to them so they continue to give to the community.
Everybody grew up in the Y.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Everybody grew up in the Y.
Everybody grew up in the Y. So to make sure that we support them, the Color Gallery, Ursula Rochon, who used to be a part of The Good Life, she has moved on, but she has the Color Gallery, and Dr. Brian Turner, he's the clinical psychologist for there. They focus on the youth and their needs, and creating safe environments for them so they don't go to violence, and people and children who have been in violent situations where they can use their abilities creatively to move past that. And then last but not least, I want to thank Bishop Love for being here, and make sure that you give to the City of Love. I know that you all are building a homeless facility, correct?
That's the main thing.
So tell us.
Love 365. We're on the street right now feeding 1,500 homeless people. Go to Love 365. All right, give NOLA Love 365, and you can donate there to help us to build a home to feed more homeless people.
So that's what we're doing
homeless
today.
And the hungry.
That's what the Good Life is delivering today with Forgive NOLA. So please, if it's in your heart, visit one of these organizations and do, it's a minimum, I think, of $10. We all have $10. So open your mind to living differently world. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you, Bishop Love, for being here. It's a 2-part series, and look, we got it all in. Nothing but the Lord. See, and you got here. You didn't think you got here. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and if you did miss a portion of the show, just make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can catch it there. And share, y'all. I'm going to start saying this. You know, we're too stingy with the share button on all of our social media platforms. We know a friend who has a business or who has something going on. It is free for you to hit the share button. Share it with the world. Start using that share button. It'll change your life, and it will change your friend's life or their business as well. It's a good life, y'all, and I'm out.